Have you ever found yourself stopping, after maybe a big project or just a tough time and asking, am I doing this okay? Have I really lived well?
Yeah, it's like that mountain climbing idea you mentioned, looking back down the path.
Exactly. When you're younger, it's all about the peak, the future, but then you pause, look back, and sometimes the present feels a little, I don't know, worn out compared to maybe the past or what you hoped for.
That feeling of things being a bit shabby, it
Yeah.
happens. And it often triggers that deep reflection, maybe even questioning.
Well, that exact human feeling is what we're diving into today. We're looking at a really fascinating ancient source, the Book of Haggai.
Right. Not just scripture in a vacuum, but a historical story. It tackles this very question, especially when people feel they're in a period of decline.
So let's set the scene a bit, historically speaking.
Okay, so imagine this. The kingdom of Judah, destroyed, wiped out by Babylon. And the first temple, Solomon's temple, this magnificent structure.
Legendary, right? Cedars, gold.
Absolute legendary. Gone. Annihilated. Total devastation.
Wow. Hard to picture.
Then, fast forward about 50 years, Persia defeats Babylon. And the first group of Jewish exiles gets to return to Jerusalem. Haggai, the prophet, he's with them.
Okay, so they're back. What's the first job?
Rebuild the temple. That's the main goal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not straightforward. Not at all.
How so?
Well, they're returning to ruins. They have hardly any money, not many people, basically gathering local wood from the hills.
Yeah.
It's nothing like Solomon's resources.
A stark contrast, then.
Hugely stark.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the older folks, they remember the first temple, its grandeur.
Oh, that must have been tough.
It was deeply discouraging for them. They looked at this new structure going up, Zerubbabel's temple, and they felt it was nothing in comparison, contemptible even, a real sense of decline.
That it's just not the same feeling. You can almost hear the disappointment.
Exactly. But right there, in that despair, Haggai steps forward with these really radical messages from God.
Okay, like what?
Well, first, God addresses their feeling of lack head on. He says something like, in just a little while, I'm going to shake everything, heavens, earth, sea, land, shake all the nations.
Whoa. Big statement.
Yeah. And then, to directly counter their poverty mindset, the silver is mine and the gold is mine. Like, I own the resources you think you're missing.
Right. It's not about their lack of gold.
Precisely. But then comes the real shocker. God promises the latter glory of this house shall be greater than the former.
Wait, this shabby second temple, more glorious than Solomon's masterpiece. How?
And on top of that, a promise of peace in this place.
Yeah.
It forces the question, doesn't it? What is true glory?
Yeah, if it's not gold and cedar beams, then what?
And that's the core insight the source gets into. It argues true glory isn't about the fancy building or the wealth.
Yeah.
The first temple's glory wasn't just the materials, it was God's presence there.
Ah, okay. The presence.
So the promised greater glory for this humbler second temple. It wasn't about suddenly finding more gold. The interpretation is that it points towards something far more profound.
Which is?
The ultimate fulfillment, the source suggests, is the incarnation. God himself, in Jesus Christ, literally dwelling with humanity, walking among them. That kind of presence, that's a glory that, well, it blows any amount of gold or silver out of the water.
That's a completely different way of looking at glory. Not external splendor, but internal relational presence.
Exactly. Which brings us to today, right? How does this ancient story speak to us now?
Yeah, what's the connection?
Well, the source draws a direct line. Think about our own institutions, maybe our churches, communities, even personal projects. We often look back at perceived golden ages, don't we? Bigger congregations, more funding, grander events.
And feel like maybe things aren't as good now. That sense of decline again.
Right. So the challenge Haggai presents, it's still relevant. It pushes us, you, me, everyone listening, to ask, what are we really measuring? Are we focused on those external markers of success, comparing now to some idealized past?
Or are we looking for that deeper transformative presence, the thing that actually brings meaning and real peace, even when things look less impressive on the surface?
It's about redefining glory, not ignoring the struggles, but finding value beyond the superficial comparisons.
So wrapping this up, this deep dive into Haggai really reminds us that, well, true glory, true peace, it doesn't come from trying to recapture a romanticized past or piling up material stuff.
It comes from purpose, from authentic presence, finding the inherent value right where you are.
So here's something to think about, a final thought for you. When you face your own limits, maybe in your work, your community, your life, When things feel a bit shabby compared to how you wish they were or how they used to be, how could shifting your focus away from past grandeur or external success towards finding and cultivating authentic presence right now? How might that unlock a greater glory and a deeper kind of peace for you?